Pi Network $5. Dream is alive. Whales buy 350 million coins. While you've been losing hope and Pi Network searches have dropped to almost zero, something massive just happened that changes everything. A whale investor just purchased 350 million Pi coins during the recent price dip when everyone else was panic selling. You know what? I've been analyzing crypto whale movements for years, and this is exactly what happened before Bitcoin exploded from $3,000 to $70,000. The smart money is positioning while retail investors are giving up. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why Pi Network's $5 target isn't just a dream, it's a mathematical possibility that could happen faster than anyone expects. Stay with me because I'm about to reveal the 3 hidden catalysts that could trigger Pi's breakout, and the third one will shock you. Here's what nobody else is telling you, and this is why you need to follow my Telegram and Facebook pages right now, links in the description. I've been building an exclusive Pi community for over 2 years, sharing insider updates, developer connections, and analysis that has helped thousands of Pi holders navigate this journey. You know what? While other YouTubers gave up on Pi Network, I've been tracking whale movements, exchange negotiations, and development progress that most people never see. Join my community right now because what I'm about to reveal in this video is just the beginning. The real alpha insights happen in our private channels where we stay ahead of every major Pi Network announcement. Here's what the mainstream crypto media isn't telling you about Pi Network right now. And honestly, I'm frustrated they're ignoring this massive story. While regular holders were panic selling after the recent token unlock event caused a 10% price drop, something extraordinary was happening behind the scenes that made me sit up and pay attention. You know what caught my eye? A massive whale investor quietly purchased 350 million Pi coins during this exact same period when everyone else was running for the exits. I've seen this pattern before in other successful cryptocurrencies, and it never fails to give me chills. This isn't random market noise, this is calculated institutional-level investment from someone who clearly sees value where others see fear. The timing is absolutely perfect because while retail investors are emotional and reactive, smart money always buys when others are selling. And that's exactly what we're witnessing right now. Now here's where things get really exciting for long-term Pi holders. And I have to admit, this development completely changed my perspective on Pi Network's timeline. You know what Pi Network just launched that most people are sleeping on? Their first ever developer hackathon with a massive 160,000 Pi coin prize pool worth approximately $60,800. When I first heard about this, I thought it was just another crypto competition, but then I dug deeper and realized this is Pi Network's master strategy to build real-world utility and demonstrate why major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase need to list Pi immediately. The hackathon is specifically designed to create practical applications across payments, gaming, tokenization, and decentralized finance sectors. You know what this means to me as someone who's watched countless crypto projects fail? Developers worldwide are now building the ecosystem that will prove Pi Network's real-world value. Something I've been saying Pi desperately needed for months. Let me break down the numbers that crypto analysts are using to justify Pi Network's potential top 10 cryptocurrency ranking by 2030, and I want to share my honest opinion on whether this is realistic. Currently trading around 38 cents, Pi would need approximately 13x growth to reach the $5 target. You know what? When I first calculated this, I thought it sounded impossible. But then I started comparing it to other successful cryptocurrencies that I've tracked over the years. Pi Network has several catalysts that could trigger this type of explosive growth. Major exchange listings, increased developer activity from the hackathon, whale accumulation driving supply scarcity, and the completion of KYC processes that will unlock millions of additional verified users. Based on my experience analyzing similar projects, I genuinely believe the $5 target is achievable, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely within this decade. Here's the elephant in the room that every Pi holder needs to understand, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you about this situation. You know what's currently holding back Pi Network's price discovery? The absence of major centralized exchange listings on platforms like Binance and Coinbase. I've been frustrated about this for months because these exchanges provide the essential liquidity that transforms niche cryptocurrencies into mainstream investment vehicles. But here's what's changing the game right now, and this is why I'm genuinely optimistic for the first time in a while. You know what the hackathon results will provide? Concrete proof of Pi Network's utility that exchange listing committees require for evaluation. Pi Network is methodically checking every box on their evaluation criteria, and the whale accumulation suggests that major announcements could be coming sooner than most people expect. My gut feeling? We might see significant listing news before the end of this year. So here's exactly what I think serious Pi holders should be doing right now while others are panicking and giving up hope. You know what separates successful cryptocurrency investors from those who get left behind in my experience? The ability to think long-term and take advantage of temporary market weakness to strengthen their positions. First, stay informed about hackathon developments, because successful applications will directly impact Pi Network's utility and exchange listing prospects. Second, monitor whale accumulation patterns, because large investors often have access to information that retail investors discover weeks or months later. Based on my experience with similar transitions, the ride might get bumpy, but the destination could be incredibly rewarding for those who hold strong. You know what? After analyzing all the evidence, whale accumulation, hackathon development, and technical chart patterns, I'm more bullish on Pi Network's long-term potential than I've ever been. When I connect the dots, it becomes clear that major players are quietly stacking Pi while the retail crowd panics. Hackathons are producing real projects that show the ecosystem is growing stronger, not weaker, and the technical indicators suggest the market is forming a solid base rather than collapsing. To me, these signs aren't random, they point to a maturing network that could be on the edge of something significant. The $5 price target isn't just wishful thinking from hopeful holders. It's a realistic projection grounded in supply dynamics, utility growth, and market psychology. I've personally run the numbers multiple times, and the math consistently shows that once exchange listings expand and demand catches up with circulating supply, Pi can realistically push toward that level. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but when you balance the risks against the potential upside, the reward-to-risk ratio is hard to ignore. That's why I believe patient holders who see the bigger picture may be in for one of the most rewarding moves in crypto history. We're potentially witnessing the calm before the storm, where smart money accumulates while retail investors lose hope and sell their positions at exactly the wrong time. I've seen this movie before with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I refuse to be on the wrong side of history again. If this analysis opened your eyes to Pi Network's hidden potential, smash that like button to help other Pi pioneers find this crucial information. Drop a comment below sharing your honest thoughts on the $5 price target, and subscribe with notifications turned on, because I think we're going to see a lot of exciting news in the coming months. You know what? Your support means everything to me and helps me continue providing the analysis that keeps our Pi community ahead of the curve. Remember, the cryptocurrency market rewards those who think independently and act decisively, while others are paralyzed by fear and uncertainty.